The Bahri dynasty or Bahri Mamluks was a Mamluk dynasty of mostly Cuman Kipchak Turkic origin that ruled the Egyptian Mamluk Sultanate from 1250 to 1382. They followed the Ayyubid dynasty, and were succeeded by a second Mamluk dynasty, the Burja dynasty. Their name, Bahriya, means of the river, referring to the location of their original settlement on Al-Rodar Island in the Nile in medieval Cairo at the castle of Al-Rodar, which was built by the Ayyubid Sultan as Saleh Ayyub. History. The Mamluks formed one of the most powerful and wealthiest empires of the time, lasting from 1250 to 1517 in Egypt, North Africa, and the Levant, Near East. Development in 1250, when the Ayyubid Sultan as Saleh Ayyub died, the Mamluks he had owned as slaves murdered his son and heir Al-Muazzam Turanshah, and Shajar al-Dur, the widow of as-Saleh, became the Sultana of Egypt. She married the Artabig Emir Ibak and abdicated, Ibak becoming Sultan. He ruled from 1250 to 1257. The Mamluks consolidated their power in 10 years and eventually established the Bahri dynasty. They were helped by the Mongol sack of Baghdad in 1258, which effectively destroyed the Abbasid Caliphate. Cairo became more prominent as a result and remained a Mamluk capital thereafter. The Mamluks were powerful cavalry warriors mixing the practices of the Turkic steppe peoples from which they were drawn and the organizational and technological sophistication and horsemanship of the Arabs. In 1260 the Mamluks defeated a Mongol army at the Battle of Ain Jalut in present-day Israel and eventually forced the invaders to retreat to the area of modern-day Iraq. The defeat of the Mongols at the hands of the Mamluks enhanced the position of the Mamluks in the southern Mediterranean basin. Baybars, one of the leaders at the battle, became the new sultan after the assassination of Sultan Qutuz on the way home. In 1250 Baybars was one of the Mamluk commanders who defended Al-Mansur against the Crusade Knights of Louis IX of France, who was later definitely defeated, captured in Firuzkour and ransomed. Baybars had also taken part in the Mamluk takeover of Egypt. In 1261, after he became a sultan, he established a puppet Abbasid Caliphate in Cairo, and the Mamluks fought the remnants of the Crusader states in Palestine until they finally captured Acre in 1291. Many Tartars settled in Egypt and were employed by Baybars. He defeated the Mongols at the Battle of Elbastan and sent the Abbasid Caliph with only 250 men to attempt to retake Baghdad, but was unsuccessful. In 1266 he devastated Cilicia and Armenia, and in 1268 he recaptured Antioch from the Crusaders. In addition, he fought the Seljuks and Hashashin. He also extended Muslim power into Nubia for the first time, before his death in 1277. Sultan Kalaran defeated a rebellion in Syria that was led by Sunkur al-Ashkar in 1280, and also defeated another Mongol invasion in 1281 that was led by Abakar outside Homs. After the Mongol threat passed, he recaptured Tripoli from the Crusaders in 1289. His son Khalil captured Acre, the last Crusader city, in 1291. The Mongols renewed their invasion in 1299, but were again defeated in 1303. The Egyptian Mamluk sultans entered into relations with the Golden Horde, who converted to Islam and established a peace pact with the Mongols in 1322. Sultan al-Nasir Muhammad married a Mongol princess in 1319. His diplomatic relations were more extensive than those of any previous sultan, and included Bulgarian, Indian, and Abyssinian potentates, as well as the Pope, the King of Aragon and the King of France. Al-Nasir Muhammad organized the redigging of a canal in 1311 which connected Alexandria with the Nile. He died in 1341. Disillusioned, the constant changes of sultans that followed led to great disorder in the provinces. Meanwhile, in 1349 Egypt and the Levant in general were introduced to Black Death, which is said to have carried off many lives of the inhabitants. In 1382 the last Bahri Sultan Haji II was dethroned and the Sultanate was taken over by the Circassian Emir Barkok. He was expelled in 1389 but returned to power in 1390, setting up the succeeding Berger dynasty. Military organization. On a general level, the military during the Bahri dynasty can be divided into several aspects. 1. Mamluks. The core of both the political and military base, these slave soldiers were further divided into Karsaki, royal Mamluks and regular Mamluks. 2. Al-Haka. The primarily free-born professional forces, they are also directly under the Sultan's command. 3. Wayfidia. These are Turks and Mongols that migrated to the dynasty's border after the Mongol invasion, typically given land grants in exchange for military service. They are well-regarded forces. 4. Other levies. Primarily Bedouin tribes, but also on different occasions also different groups of Turkomans and other settled Arabs. An outstanding achievement of Mamluk army were their success defeating the Ilkhanate Mongol army, which, considered invincible on the field in that era, has outlined the major parts of the military quality of the Mamluk. Training manuals of the Egyptian Mamluks and others reveal the methods that could produce the remarkable skills of slave soldiers Mamluks. The Egyptian Mamluks were expected to be able to shoot 3 arrows in 1.5 seconds, and capable to strike with the sword, while galloping 3 times a second. They are also able to outshooting Mongols' cavalry. Another reason was recorded by Ibn Battuta that the Mongol horses were suffered by the climate of summer, which is the similar reason the Chagatai Khanate was defeated by Mamluk dynasty of India counterpart led by Ghiyas-ud-Din Balban, who also possessed military might in similar quality with Mamluk of Egypt. As Amir Khusrau remarks, although each year the Mongols come from Khorasan, yield up their ghosts wherever the Turks send the showers of their fatal arrows. List of Bahri sultans. Yellow shaded row signifies nominal rule of Ayyubid dynasty under Sultan al-Ashraf Muzaffar ad-Din Musa 1250–1254. Silver shaded row signifies interruption in the rule of Bahri dynasty by Berger dynasty.